Alright, good afternoon.
Good afternoon po, ma'am.
Okay, so, sorry. CR break lang ako kasi sunod-sunod yung klase ko ng 2 hanggang 6 pa. And, not feeling well. So, please bear with my voice. I'm so sorry. So, again, heads up lang po. So, 'di ba, what I've just showed you is yung activity. So, after ng discussion natin today, you'll get your first quiz. And then tomorrow, there's also another quiz kasi kailangan po tatlong activity or tatlong output per term. So, yan yung ngayon lang. Kasi syempre, ayoko naman magbigay ng quiz nang hindi ko pa na-discuss. And then, on Friday, you'll have your long test. Tapos, major exams po next week. Covers October 19 to 21. Online pa din po yung exam. Kakababa lang ng memo sa amin. So, yun po. Lahat ng lecture based, if you don't have any laboratory subjects, online pa din yung exam. So, yun lang. And make sure po na makapagpasa ng activity before due kasi hindi na po ako tatanggap ng late na submission, ha? So, let's go ahead and start. By the way, just a heads up, if I ask you to read a specific slide or, ask for your opinion about something, I'm already marking your attendance pag ganon. And kunwari, tinawag kita, tapos hindi ka sumagot. Siyempre, you'll be marked as absent na. Okay? Kasi wala pong sense kung gaantay lang naman kayo ng end of discussion for attendance pero wala naman kayong ambag or sagot. Okay pa? Okay, so yun lang. Let's go ahead and start. So first is the art appreciation, creativity, imagination, and expression. So mostly naman sa subject natin, it's more on expression of feelings and emotion. So this is Jean-Paul Sartre. That's actually there's a more French term for that pero yun po yung basa natin. He's a French philosopher from 20th century and described the role of art as a creative work that depicts the world in a completely different light and perspective, and source is due to human freedom. So, meaning, dito daw po, na trigger yung creativity ng isang tao sa kalayaan niya mag-isip. Kasi kunyari, meron kang utusan ka mag-paint pero yung paint na available is just black and white. Though you're creative and you can do something or create an output base doon sa binigay na colors pero hindi doon na-develop or natitrigger yung creativity ng isang tao. Kailangan malaya ka na gawin yung kahit anong gusto mo para mas makapagbigay ka ng mas magandang result. Okay? And then, refining one's ability to appreciate art allows him to deeply understand the purpose of an artwork and recognize the beauty it possesses. So, Innocente, are you there?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, so what is your opinion about this specific idea?
Ano po, ma'am, ability po na ma-appreciate yung isang art, parang ma-understand mo yung pinaka-purpose ng art po.
Okay. It's just like reading it, but yes. Thank you. So, ito daw, kasi di ba may mga times na hindi natin na-appreciate yung isang bagay. So, kunwari, niyaya kita papuntang painting exhibit or museum. Minsan sasabihin mo sa akin, ay, ayoko sumama kasi di ko ba na-appreciate yung mga ganon. So, ganon. Parang, um, for you to be able to understand daw ang isang art, whether it is an artwork or an art form, um, kailangan na-appreciate mo siya para maintindihan mo yung beauty at kung ano man yung message na pinoportray dun sa specific artwork na yun. Okay lang. I appreciate you attending, so thank you. Alright, and then in cultivating an appreciation of art, one should also exercise and develop his taste for things that are fine and beautiful. So yun nga, para daw mas ma-develop mo yung appreciation mo sa kahit anong art form or kahit anong art expression, yun, kailangan mong ma-practice yun dun sa mga bagay na gusto mo rin. So for example, sa dance, may specific genre ka lang ng pinapractice sa dance. Pero um, later on, makikita mo na yung ibang form of dance, maganda rin pala. So, yun yung parang cultivating or developing your appreciation of a certain thing or art. And then, frequenting museums, art galleries, performing arts, um, concert halls, or even malls that display art exhibitions will not only develop an understanding of the art, but will also serve as a rewarding experience. So, itong mga bagay nito, like for example, you're into singing, tapos nanood ka ng concert ng Lainey, ganun, or ni Billie Eilish, ganun. Though, syempre dahil favorite mo siya, panonoorin mo naman yung concert niya through YouTube or through Netflix. Pero iba pa rin yung experience na ikaw mismo ay nandun sa concert niya. Mas na-appreciate mo, mas na-enjoy mo yung experience of having that or attending that concert. Kasi bukod sa pumila ka ng matagal, worth it yung pagod and yung mahal ng ticket. Because masaya ka with the result of the concert and you consider that as a rewarding experience. Okay? Now, the role of creativity in art making. So, in art, creativity is what sets apart one artwork from another. A creative artist does not simply copy or imitate another artist's work in terms of its lines, flaws, colors, patterns, and recreating nature. It also embraces originality. So, Anareta, are you there? Wala? Absent na to. Yes, Sapla.
A creative artist po, ma'am, meron kang sarili mong style ng paggawa ng isang artwork na hindi mo kailangan na mag-copy sa iba. So, baga, inaano mo lang. Sinishare mo yung talent.
Okay, thank you. So yes, dito daw, kung pare-pares tayo ng art form, syempre meron tayong unique identity na nag-separate sa atin dun sa ibang artist din na parehas natin ng craft. Kunyari sa singers, si Morissette, si Sarah, at saka si Regine, pare-parehas silang singer. Pero ano ba yung differences nila? Kunyari si Morissette, she's always incorporating whistle sa mga kanta niya. Or may sarili siyang flavor or rendition sa mga kanta niya. Si Regine more on the beat side, pero malinis yung pagkakakanta. Ganon. And then, kunwari si Sarah, kumakanta siya but she's also dancing at the same time. So, yun yung parang unique characteristic nila that makes them creative sa craft na ginagawa nila. And it's original kasi sila lang yung gumagawa nun. Kaya nga, identity nila yun. Parang pag narinig mo to, ay si Morissette yan. Or ay si Regine yan. Ganon. So, nare-recognize ka kaagad. Alright? And then being creative can be quite challenging since what you thought was your own and creative idea may not seem what it seems to be after extensive research. So, dito po kasi parang, di ba minsan pag may specific craft or art ka na pinapursue, para ma-develop mo pa yung skill mo, minsan nagsesearch ka ng ano pang mas magandang idea or ano pang mas magandang way para mas mapaganda ko to. Tapos magkakaroon ka ng idea, pero hindi mo alam na yung idea pala na yun baka hindi unique dahil baka may nakagawa na pala na. So, an example is the tagline, "It's more fun in the Philippines." So, ito po ay campaign ad ng Department of Tourism para maengganyo yung mga tourists na pumunta sa Pilipinas. But it was found that it was allegedly plagiarized from Switzerland's tourism. So, yun, hindi pala siya original na naisip ng Filipinos at may nauna na palang nakaisip nun. So yun, parang ang lesson is kahit naisip mo yun through your creativity, kung hindi ka nag nag-research para ma-sure na ikaw lang ang nakaisip nun, wala rin siyang sense kasi magkakaroon ka lang ng problema. Kagaya ng ibang ngayon yung mga small businesses, 'di ba? Dahil siyempre nagsisimula sila sa maliit, yung mga pangalan ng businesses nila or yung mga ideas, sila lang mismo ang nagke-create. Pero hindi nila alam or hindi sila nagre-research enough na baka meron na palang gumamit nun or may naunang nag-legalize ng mga ganong name or logo. Tapos, akala nila, sila talaga yung original na gumamit nun. So, ang ending, nagkakaroon pa sila ng problema, maaari pa silang i-demanda. Ganon. So, that's one of the examples ng mga ganitong research when it comes to art. And then art as a product of imagination, imagination as a product of art. So creativity starts with human mind, it all begins with imagination. So yun nga, if you remember the last time, di ba sinabi natin dun sa art is not nature, na art is, hindi naman siya naturally made or hindi naman siya nag-exist na agad. It starts with the human mind, it starts with the artist's mind, tapos kine-create niya sa mind niya, hinahaluan niya ng imagination bago niya buhos sa art form niya at mag-exist. Okay? So, imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited to all we know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all there ever will be to know and to understand. So, Rivera, are you there?
Yes po. I'm
Okay.
here.
So, can you please tell me what is your idea about this specific text?
Okay po. Can you just read it po?
Sure.
And po, it's like creative thinking or thinking outside the box po. We all have knowledge, but it's only limited because we need to study. But our imagination, it's like, it's very po, marami tayong iniisip, marami tayong pwedeng gawin sa arts. Kumbaga, it's not just simple art. Pwede po tayong maging creative as much as possible. There's no limitation po sa imagination natin. Yun po.
Okay, thank you. That's a good point. Thank you. But I want to hear others' opinions as well. Let's give sense to others. Julia, wait lang. Because I want to hear them also answer. How about Balais?
Hello po, ma'am.
Allow.
Basahin ko lang po ulit, ma'am.
And then,
Okay. So, yun nga po, ma'am. When it comes to imagination po, dito mas napapalawak natin or mas mas free tayo mag-isip ng kung ano yung mga art na magagawa natin, but in knowledge po, yun, limited to all we know and understand. Kumbaga nandun pa rin po yung limitations sa knowledge and kumpara po sa imagination. Yun lang po idea ko.
ay nako. Okay. But thank you for sharing. So yun nga po, kasi sa knowledge, kung ano lang yung alam mo, yun lang yung basis mo o doon ka lang naglilimit. Pero sa imagination, syempre, sa utak mo yan, ikaw ang bahala kahit saan ka pumunta, kahit sa moon pa. So, walang pumipigil sa'yo, kaya sobrang nagiging malawak yung idea mo about a certain thing. Especially sa art na pinupursue mo. Kasi nga sabi ko sa inyo, di ba, iba-iba naman tayo ng pinupursue. Meron yung iba na about sa film or sa photography. May iba din na sa literary works or dancing, singing, theater arts, and so on. So yun, that's the role of imagination sa ating art forms. So now let's go to Albert Einstein. Alam ko naman kilala niyo siya. He's a German physicist and he said that knowledge is derived from imagination. Okay. So imagination is not constrained by the walls of the norm, but goes beyond that. Through imagination, one is able to craft something bold, new, and better in the hopes of creating something that will stimulate change. So yun nga, di ba? If you're doing something na paulit-ulit or if you're pursuing your art, siyempre minsan, so, minsan, parang paulit-ulit din yung result na nakukuha mo. Or, nalil- parang, hindi naman, pero parang nagsasawa ka na dun sa um, limiting it to what you just know what to do. Pero kung you're using your imagination, at some point, natitrigger yung creativity mo eh. Tapos, nakakagawa ka ng something better or something different than what you're usually doing. Okay. Then something imaginary does not necessarily mean it cannot be called art. Artists use their imagination that gives birth to reality. So yun nga, yung sabi natin kanina, imagination is in the artist's mind, and kung magaganahin mo yung imagination mo freely without any limits, it will give you something or an art na pwede mong gawin at ipakita sa ibang tao. So ito, example. Di ba pag nakakulong ka sa isang white room na walang kahit ano, syempre, sa una okay ka pa, pero after a few minutes, maboboard ka na. Kung ano-ano nang iniisip mo, ini-imagine mo. Tapos, may magte-trigger sa'yo na parang, ano kayang magandang gawin sa wall na to? Yung iba, pwedeng isipin na, ay, parang gusto kong kulayan to ng ganitong kulay. Kasi ito, favorite color ko to eh. Or yung iba naman, ay, parang gusto kong mag-drawing ng mural or flowers or scenery. Yung iba naman, doodle. So, 'di ba? Parang doon sa situation na yun, kapag nakulong ka in a white room, yun nga sinasabi dito, there is craving to, and desire to be surrounded by beautiful things. So parang, hindi lang naboboard ka, pero parang gusto mo na, hindi lang yun yung nakikita mo. Hindi ka lang doon nalilimit, pero gusto mo makakita ng mas maganda or something na siguro sa tingin mo comfortable ka, especially kung magaganda yung nakikita mo. And then, art as an expression. So, expressing oneself, trying to release yourself from tormenting and disabling state of excitement or fear. So, Anasho, are you there? Wala? Absent na to ah. How about Rosilion? Wala na.
Ma'am, yung sa art po, doon po kasi na-express ng tao yung emotions nila, like sa pagkanta po or sa pagsayaw, o di naman kaya po sa mga painting. Doon nila nalalabas yung mga emotions na hindi nila masabi or doon nila nare-release.
Okay, thank you. So yes, that's correct. Dito nga sabi natin in art up it's more of expression. Ay, ikaw pala yung nagda-drive. Okay, sige, no problem. So yun nga, art as an expression. So most of the time ito yung pinaka-use talaga ng art or art form na pinapursue natin. It may be a happy emotion or a sad or fear emotion. So yun. So example, madali kasi sa music eh. Kunwari kumakanta ka, 'di ba? If you're upset or if you're anxious, you can go ahead and sing. Either it's a worship song or beat it para mailabas mo yung emotions mo. Kasi parang sign yun of sadness or fear. Pero kung excitement, celebration or parang karaoke with friends, 'di ba ganun yung magandang way of expressing your art or expressing yourself through the art that you chose. So this is The Principles of Art by Robin George Collingwood. He said that what an artist does to an emotion is not to induce it but to express it. And expressing emotions is something different from describing emotions. So yun nga, pwede ko sabihin sa iyo na sad ako. Pwede kong sabihin na, ay, nasasaktan ako, pero hindi mo mafe-feel yung emotion not unless I express it or parang pinakita ko, pinakita ko sa'yo kung ano talaga yung nararamdaman ko or umiyak ako, gano'n. Pero sa atin nga, it's through the form of artwork na in-express natin yung emotions natin. Now, here we go to the ways of expressing oneself through art. So, ito na yung mga art forms or crafts na sinasabi ko noon. So, first is visual arts, appealing to the sense of sight and are mainly visual in nature. So, ito yung mga literal na magaganda sa mata, aesthetic, ganyan. Paintings, drawings, letterings, printing, sculptures, and digital imaging. So, of course, di ba sobrang hirap ng mga ganitong types of art, pero it's also a talent. Kaya, pinupurso talaga ng mga artists. So, visual arts, again, it's appealing to the sight. Visually, nakikita natin. The next is film. Refers to the art of putting together successions of still images and focuses on the aesthetics, cultural, and social value considered as both art and industry. So dito po, 'di ba, alam niyo naman yung mga Cannes Film Festival, indie films or Metro Manila Film Fest, 'di ba? Makikita niyo doon yung paligsahan ng paggawa ng pelikula. That's part of art and also industry because of course may competition doon and you're getting money from it. Another example is content creating or yung mga vlogs, ganun. Kasama din siya dito. Most important elements and techniques are motion picture, camera, animation techniques, CGI. Ito po ay applicable sa mga animation movies or Disney movies. 'Di ba? Kasi syempre mahirap din naman 'yun bago siya maging animation, dinodrawing din muna siya. Then the elements are lighting, musical score, visual effects, direction. So of course, it affects the expression of emotion kapag nanonood ka ng film. If it's, alam mo yun, impacting ba yung visual effects or yung background music and so on. Now, the next is performance arts. So can someone read the slide, please? Anyone? Yes, Magallanes?
Performance art, live art, and the artist's medium is mainly human body and other kinds of art such as visual art, props, or sound. Four important elements: time, where the performance happened, performer's body, and relationship between the audience and performers.
Okay, thank you. So ito yung one of the arts that we pursue, but what are the examples? You can also chat din, pero what are the examples of performance art sa tingin nyo? Or something na napanood nyo that is sa tingin nyo considered as a performance art? Yes, Sapla?
Theater?
That can be, pero isa din siya kasing form of art. Any idea? Another idea? Yes, Napolis?
Spoken poetry po, ma'am.
Yeah, pwede din. Pero may iba pa rin kasi siyang form of art. But yes. Yes, Magallanes?
Ballet po.
Yes, that can be, but it's also another form of art which is dance. Yes, Gat Bonton. Yan, pwede. Operas or like musicals na ginagawa natin. Kasi hindi lahat ng musical parang in the theater, fire dancing. That can be, but that can also be part of the dance. So, yun. Yeah, nag-magic. Yes, it's part of the performance. Parang, or yung mga nasa AGT, ano ba yan, mga ganun, puppetry, ganyan. Ano ba yun? Ventriloquist, yun yung part ng mga performance art. Kasi, yun nga, importante yung reaction ng audience sa ginagawa nila. Okay? So, yun po, that's one of the arts that we pursue, performance arts. And next is poetry. Dito na po papasok yung mga spoken poetry because artist expresses his emotion not by paintings or anything but by words. So ito, kasi sa literary work, words lang talaga. But in poetry performance, may tone, may intensity of the delivery. So, di ba feel na feel nyo kapag nanonood kayo ng mga spoken poetry, if you know Juan Miguel Severo, and if you're following Ampalaya Productions in YouTube, they are one of the poetry artists or yung mga gumagawa ng spoken poetry. Makikita nyo talaga yung emotions. Kahit 'di ba hindi mo siya kilala or para lang siyang nagkukuwento sa poetry niya, pero mabibilib ka sa paggawa ng content ng salita and kung paano nila deliver yung performance. Okay? The next is architecture, making of beautiful buildings. So, sinasabi dito, not all buildings can be considered architecture. Kasi nga, in architecture kasi, may parang aesthetic part din, yung design mismo nung mismong building. Di ba sa mga European, yung mga European buildings, makikita nyo na very detailed yung mga buildings nila. Hindi their most famous form of art na functional kasi nga daily use din naman siya. Next is dance. Ito na yon yung sinasabi natin mga example kanina. Series of movements that follow the rhythm of the music accompaniment, form of expression and creative form, and no rules. So, syempre, aside from mga competition of expressing yourself. So, kunwari, pag cramping, di ba, parang medyo harsh and mabilis and serious. Kapag hip-hop, pwedeng medyo fun or masaya, ganon. Kapag ballroom, medyo romantic. Di ba mga ganon? So, then literary art, ito books, a biography, and it uses words, but unlike dun sa poetry, wala tong delivery. More on written examples. So, Mabutol, can you give me an example of a literary absent?
Ano po, ma'am? Ayan po yung mga stories po
Like
sa
what?
books.
Anong book, for example, may nabasa ka na bang literary art?
Romeo and Juliet.
Okay. Yes, that's one. Yes, Sapla.
Bakit book?
Yes, that can be. Thank you. And yes, pwedeng example. Yes, Quintana.
Harry Potter po.
Yes, exactly. Yes, so yun po yung mga example ng literary art. May it be fiction or non-fiction. Paano ginawa yun ni J.K. Rowling na may ganung mga plot twists and very creative yung characters, pati mga names and yung stories behind it, 'di ba? So yun yung art or the craft behind literary works. All right, and the next is theater. Use live performers to present accounts or imaginary events before a live audience. So ito na po yung mga musicals like Huling El Bimbo, Rock of Ages, ano pa? Basta yung mga musical, mga theater performances. Ito po yun. And one of the key elements is, of course, acting, gesture, like kung kailan papasok ang character, kailan siya kakanta, ano yung mga lines niya, and come to think of it, for an hour or two na theater, kakabisaduhin nila lahat ng script na nandun. 'Di ba? It's really partly a talent, but it's a craft that they're really pursuing ng sobrang tagal na. And lastly, applied arts, incorporating elements of style and design to everyday items with aim of increasing their aesthetical value. So ito yung mga nagagamit in everyday life, tapos pinag-aaralan din, like interior design, fashion design, ayan, industrial design, graphic design. So, interior design, for example, syempre, kailangan mag-mix and match yung mga prints or kailangan yung sofa dito nakalagay kasi pag dito siya sa side na to, maharangan niya yung bintana or yung lighting, something like that. So, it's focus on the aesthetic but it's also kailangan functional din. 'di ba? Fashion design, they're really learning how to create clothes. Una, i-drawing muna nila, tapos kailangan nilang aralin paano magtahi, paano gawin yung pleats, paano gawin yung sleeves, so on and so forth. So, yun po yung mga arts or art forms na ginagawa natin or pinupursue natin. Any questions before we proceed to the other lesson? Wala? None?
Wala naman po.
Okay. Alright, so let's go to the next lesson, which is the function of art. Give me 1 second. Wait lang. Alright, can you hear me?
Yes po.
Okay. Pala kanina. Okay. So, dito, function of art, 4 points lang yun or 4 perspectives. Ngayon, hindi nga kami natapos because of lack of time kasi di ba 1 hour lang pag MWF. So, I let them choose. Kasi ayaw na nila mag-meet ng Friday. Now, I'll ask you, if ever that we're not gonna finish the whole topic today, are you willing to do a class on Friday or do you want to do self-study as well? Pwede kayo mag-chat kung anong opinion nyo para we'll know kung ano yung gusto ng majority. Kasi sa akin, okay lang. I'm not nakasama sa exam and sa long quiz is part of the PowerPoints. So, basahin nyo lang para sure tayo na may masasagot. Okay? So, yun. Let's go ahead and start para matapos din tayo. Functions of art. So, ito naman is a definition from Aristotle. He said that every particular substance in the world has an end or telos. O telos means purpose. So, telos and function are a thing of both related to a thing's identity. For a thing to reach its purpose, it also has to fulfill its function. So, let me ask you this. Gonzalez, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, can you tell me what's the difference between function and purpose?
Ang purpose po, ma'am, yun kung para saan po or ayun ma'am, kung para kunyari po sa ano ma'am sa life, kunyari po ma'am kung ano yung purpose ng isang tao or kung para saan ka nabubuhay, while yung ano po yung isa ma'am, function naman po ayun naman ma'am yung kung paano nag-work or ayun ma'am kung paano po nag-work ang isang bagay.
Okay, thank you. Well, that's actually the same thought na sinabi ng other class. But yes, syempre, you can apply this sa buhay eh. Parang, yun nga, purpose mo as a person, ano bang purpose mo? Para mabuhay, ganyan. Pero ang function mo is mag-aral, parang ganon. Ang, sa art naman kasi, ang best example nito is, for example, architectures, ang Taj Mahal. Ang purpose, kaya siya ginawa, is in memory of the paboritong asawa ng leader at that time. Pero now, it functions as bahay, sambahan. Ganon. So that's, in arts, that's the application of the difference between purpose and function. But now, here in our topic, we're now focused on the functions of art. So arts has different functions. We have 4, bali 3, and then yung isa is others. So first is personal functions. It says that it's highly subjective. An artist may create an art out of need for self-expression. So ito nga yung sinasabi kanina na dun sa expressing oneself pagdating sa art. So kunwari nga, in music, you can use it for self-expression kasi gusto mong ilabas yung feelings mo, to release your emotions. Pero pwede rin siyang entertainment kapag kunwari nag-happy-happy kayo with your friends or you're enjoying the singing, ganon. O kung gusto mo lang kumanta, ganon, jamming. Ganon. So, personal functions, depende talaga sa tao kung ano yung function para sa kanya ng art na ginagawa niya or pinupursu niya. Okay? And then the next function is social functions. It addresses the collective interest, or if you know yung mga caricature na ginagamit sa mga rallies before, di na siya uso ngayon eh. Pero yun yung mga parang malalaking figure o muka nung kung kanino sila nagrarally, susunugin nila. So it's them giving the message to the government na ganito yung help na kailangan nila or kung ano yung gusto nilang iparating or kung ano yung say nila about a certain issue na gusto nila iparating sa politicians or sa government itself. Another example is photography that also depicts social condition. So kung makikita nyo, di ba minsan may mga nagva-viral na pictures ng yung lolo na nagtatrabaho pa or yung mga bata na nagtatrabaho sa labas or hindi kumakain, ganyan. Yung mga ganon. So aside from the art of photography, which is the technicals na maganda yung lighting, maganda yung pagkakagawa, maganda yung lens na ginamit, social functions kasi ina-address niya yung social condition na let's stop hunger or poverty, ganon. And 'di ba, most of the time it uses social media to present or give that message to the people. Hindi lang sa certain set of people or mga government, ganyan. Pero sa lahat. Also to raise awareness and to address social condition. Okay? And then last is, next pala is physical functions. So kung yun nga, ang una is personal and social. Ito naman physical, kung ano talaga mismo yung gamit ng certain bagay na yun. So for example, sa pottery, 'di ba gumagawa kayo ng mga bowls or plates na may mga designs, may paintings pa nga usually, 'di ba? So ang ganda ng pagkakagawa ng bowls and plates. Pero it is used physically. Like for example dito, ginagamit siya sa ceremony or sa araw-araw pagkain. Or yung platito, ang ganda-ganda niyang, 'di ba, pinaintingan siya. Pero it was used as a coaster, something like that. So this is always about the physical function of a certain art form. Ganun. Okay. And then other functions, for example, music. Di ba before, ginagamit siya sa dance and religion. So, yung mga ethnic groups before, yung mga group sa, kunwari, sa Baguio, sa Benguet, di ba yun yung mga ethnic groups na hanggang ngayon nakabahag pa or gumagawa sila ng mga ritual kapag kunyari may ikakasal or something. So, yun, associated yung music before as way of ritual, ganon. Pero ngayon, music can also be used na for your hobby or serenade, ayan, to express emotions. Tas ginagamit nga siya, marami na siyang function ngayon, not just for, yun nga, religion and ritual purposes. Another thing is sculptures. 'Di ba? Ginagamit siya for religion. So, yun yung mga Mama Marys, mga puon, o mga santo na makikita natin. And for commemorating important figures in history. So, that's yung mga, yun nga, si Rizal, yung ginagawang monument sa kanila, yung mga national heroes na ginagawa, or yung oblation sa UP, yun yung nakahubad na guy sa UP. So, yun yung ginagamit ng sculptures aside sa pwede siyang ipangregalo or talent siya, gano'n. May use din siya. And then another is architecture. So, yun nga, known as the most prominent functional art form. Kasi bukod sa maganda, at lagi siyang ginagamit. So, 'di ba, ginawa yung design ng bahay sa ganitong style, pero syempre may function na nakalakip doon. Ginawa yung lababo na flat lang, hindi kagaya ng mga lababo natin na 'di ba, pabilog. Yung kay Kim Kardashian, yung lababo niya flat kasi pero nakaslant kasi functional siya. Hindi lang siya aesthetically pleasing, pero may function siya. So, yun. Yun po yung na-discuss natin ngayon, form of arts or form of expression ng arts and the function of arts. So, yun nga, sabi ko sa inyo, naiwan din to, philosophical perspective on arts. 4 lang naman po to. Naka-detail din dito lahat ng mga philosophers kung sino ang nagsabi ng specific perspective na yon. So, since most of you chose self-study, so that's what we're just gonna do. Just make sure to read these four perspectives kasi kasama rin siya sa exam. Okay? So, I don't know if I'll still meet you next week, but if not, then good luck sa exam. Madali lang naman din to. I'll just do the attendance and then I'll let you go. Yung mga hindi ko na po tatawagin yun yung mga nakasagot na or nakapagbasa na kanina, ha. Let's start. Yes?
Ask ko lang po, Mr. Reese, kung ano po ba kayo mag-announce ahead of time if ever hindi tayo mag-meet next week?
Yes po. Kasi exam na ng 19 to 21 eh. So, by Monday, I'll announce if we'll do a meeting or not. Para I'll give you guys yung time na yon para mag-review na lang or magpasa ng kahit anong mga activities nyo.
Thank you po.
Okay. So, yun. Okay, attendance lang tayo. Ambuhiya. Gian. Wala. Amon. Wala din. Ay. Angeles. Kiana May. Wala. Aranda. Okay. Maluyot. Renz. Banyas.
Request po ba, ma'am?
Di ba? Baluyot.
Ay, okay po.
Okay. Banyas. Wala. Bonaobra. Carrion.
Present po.
Kaubik. Cortez Kenneth.
Present po, ma'am.
Dagale. David. De Guzman. De Ocampo. Diso. Dumalasa. Escalera. Gatbunton. Gentapanan. Gonzales. Present ba si Gonzales?
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Javier,
Present, ma'am.
Marquez,